Most men attempt to attract women with gifts, appearance, or charm, and that's why they're often forgotten. However, Machiavelli saw beyond the surface. He understood something deeper, something most men overlook. The goal isn't to be liked, but to be unforgettable. This isn't achieved by pleasing her, but by mastering the emotions she experiences in your absence. In this guide, you'll uncover 9 psychological frameworks inspired by Machiavelli, each designed to trigger fascination without overt praise. No chasing, performing, or pleading for affection. You'll learn how to become the man she can't explain, yet can't ignore. Pay close attention, because once you grasp these concepts, you'll never approach relationships the same way again. The power of fear over love. There's a well-known quote from Machiavelli that most men avoid, not because it's incorrect, but because it's uncomfortable. It is much safer to be feared than loved. At first glance, it sounds harsh, as if it belongs to a villain. But observe people's actions, not just their words. Notice how women react to different types of men, and the truth of the statement becomes clear. Love is warm and comforting, the feeling everyone craves, but also one easily taken for granted. If love is always present, always giving, always soft, it eventually loses its impact. It fades into the background, safe, but easily forgotten. This is where most men falter. They believe love alone is enough. They think that by giving more, revealing more, or opening up, their value increases. In reality, what is given freely without challenge loses its power. Enter fear. Not the fear that harms, not yelling, not control or violence. Those are weaknesses disguised as strength, and women sense it. Real fear emerges from a man whose boundaries are so firm she feels them without a word. He doesn't need to raise his voice or argue. He simply withdraws, and the silence speaks volumes. This man doesn't chase, doesn't explain his pain, doesn't beg her to stay. He allows her to feel his absence, which has a greater impact than any outburst. When she realizes he's serious, everything changes. She knows he won't compromise his standards just to keep her. If she disrespects him, she loses him. That's when attraction turns into obsession, not because he gave more, but because he was willing to walk away when his values were crossed. This is the true power of fear, not fear of a man, but fear of losing a man she cannot control. The psychological secret. Most women aren't obsessed with being loved, but with the man who doesn't need their love for fulfillment. That's why women chase the man who walks away, respect the one who stands his ground, and think about the man who never begged. He isn't cruel or unkind, he's simply unshakable. He has what most men lack, standards that cannot be bought. So, when Machiavelli said it is safer to be feared than loved, he wasn't rejecting love. He was teaching that respect must come first, and without the fear of loss, love becomes complacent. The deepest desire arises not from what you give, but from what you're willing to withdraw if not valued. Remember, she may love you and enjoy your company, but if she doesn't fear losing you, you're replaceable. If she knows you won't stay where you aren't respected, you'll never have to ask for her attention. She'll compete for yours. This isn't cruelty, it's psychological gravity. It's dark attraction, the power of fear over love. Master the image. Machiavelli once said something brutally simple. It is not necessary to be good, but to appear good. This statement shatters the illusion most men grow up believing. From childhood, we're taught that being kind, loyal, hardworking, and honest will earn respect and desire. But the world doesn't see your intentions, it sees your presentation. You can be loyal and intelligent, have strong values, but if you show up with poor posture, uncertainty, or anxious energy, your worth is invisible, especially to women. Female attraction starts with perception, not facts. She isn't analyzing your logic, she's sensing your energy, your presence, how you handle pressure. Image is power, not by lying or pretending, but by framing. Humans don't respond to the truth, but to what feels true. If you don't manage how you're perceived, others, her emotions, biases, and past will define you. In practice, this means when you feel unsure, stand like a man who is certain. When you feel anger, speak with controlled intensity. When you want to chase her, resist. Let her come to you. Stillness is power. Mystery is attraction. Show her most of who you are, but not all. Leave something for her imagination to fill. What she creates in her mind is often stronger than anything you could say. Obsession begins not with oversharing, but with silence, not with convincing, but with presence. So stop explaining yourself and start cultivating your image. In a world ruled by perception, image isn't just important, it's everything. Be the lion and the fox. Every woman will test you, not to harm you, but to see if you break. She'll shift her tone, pull away, alternate between cold and warm, say one thing and do another, all to see if you stand firm. Most men don't realize they're being tested. They think she's confused or emotional, so they explain, apologize, and try to fix things with words, losing the game. But Machiavelli offered a blueprint centuries ago. A powerful man is both the lion and the fox. The lion is power. He doesn't chase or explain. He sets boundaries with silence, commands respect without raising his voice. The fox is intelligence. He avoids traps, keeps his intentions hidden, listens, and acts decisively. If you're only the lion, strong and direct, she'll provoke you until you explode, and then see you as unstable. If you're only the fox, clever and calm, she'll enjoy your charm, but won't trust you to lead. But if you are both, strength in stillness, calculation in silence, she can't predict you. That tension is what draws her in. When she's emotional, be the fox. Watch, don't react. When she crosses a line, be the lion. Assert your boundary with presence, not anger. She respects the man who doesn't flinch or over-explain, who doesn't play games, but acts decisively. The lion protects your dignity. The fox protects your mind. Together, they make you unforgettable. Divide her world. Machiavelli's oldest law of power was divide and conquer. This isn't just for empires, it operates in the mind. You don't control a woman by force or by battling her beliefs directly. You plant a seed of doubt and let it grow. When a woman feels certain, she's in control and grounded. Your aim isn't to destroy her beliefs, but to make her question them with a subtle, unexpected comment, not an argument, but a suggestion. She says, "I hate jealous men." You reply, "That's what you think," with a calm, playful tone. That single sentence introduces a crack, a harmless but deep uncertainty. Her mind starts spinning. What did he mean? Do I really think that? Why is that stuck in my head? This is how division begins, not between you and her, but within her. When she's conflicted, her emotions stay open and your influence grows. Most men avoid this dynamic, seeking agreement and validation, but certainty doesn't attract, tension does. Don't fight her beliefs, nudge them gently, and let silence amplify your impact. She'll debate with herself, and you become a mystery in her mind. This is Machiavellian seduction, not dominance or drama, but subtle power. It doesn't feel like control, it feels like curiosity, which keeps her coming back even when you say nothing at all. Reward in doses, punish all at once. Machiavelli said, "Injuries must be inflicted all at once, but benefits should be given little by little." This isn't mere political strategy, it's emotional control, highly effective in relationships. When someone crosses your boundary, don't react emotionally or explain, just act. Withdraw with cold precision, no shouting or guilt-tripping, just a sudden absence. That silence stings because there's nothing to resist. She's left with her thoughts and guilt, wondering what changed.
On the other side of the equation is reward, given in small, rare doses. When she's loyal and respectful, offer a subtle smile, a compliment, then pull back. Don't shower her with affection or make her feel she possesses you. You create an unpredictable dynamic, like a casino. She never knows when the next reward is coming, so she keeps trying. This makes your presence addictive, not because of the size of the reward, but the unpredictability. Many men get this backwards, punishing too often and rewarding too quickly, becoming unstable and predictable. Instead, punish once, reward slowly. This isn't cruelty, it's discipline. Pain delivered quickly is remembered. Pleasure delivered slowly is craved. You become a system she can't stop engaging with. Watch her closely, then say one
line. Most men focus on a woman's appearance. A Machiavellian man observes her behavior. He isn't distracted by beauty or lust. He watches silently, noting how she changes around men she respects versus those she controls. He reads her subtle cues, voice, gaze, posture, paying attention to authenticity versus performance. While others seek her body, he's already entered her psychology. When the moment is right, he delivers one calm, precise statement. You speak differently when he's around, or you laugh, but it doesn't feel real. No judgment or emotion, just truth. The moment lands and her reality shifts. It isn't flattery or something she can dismiss. It's a truth she wasn't ready to face from a man who doesn't seek her approval. Such moments are unforgettable. They replay in her mind. This is psychological dominance, not loud or aggressive, but quiet power. The man who notices the mask and names it, not to wound her, but to show he sees her truth, leaves a lasting impression. He doesn't seek her image, he sees the system behind it. Once she feels that, he occupies her thoughts even in his absence. Control through absence. If you're always available, always responding, you become predictable, and predictability is forgettable. When you disappear without explanation or drama, you become unforgettable. Not because you punished or ignored her, but because you left a void. The female mind can't resist a void, it needs to fill it. In your absence, she replays every interaction, searching for clues. Now your absence, not your attention, haunts her. Where most over-explain or overstay, you vanish, not to hurt, but to create space. In that space, she constructs an image of you that's larger, colder, more intriguing. You become an unresolved question, a ghost of unfinished meaning. This isn't cruelty, it's psychological contrast. You give warmth, then withdraw it. You offer presence, then retreat. That emotional shift has far more impact than any compliment. But timing matters. Absence only works when presence had value. When you return, calm and unmoved, she greets you with curiosity and respect, knowing you can walk away at any time. Be her turning point. If you want to be unforgettable, don't just be someone she dated, be the turning point in her story. Women may not remember every man, but they never forget the one who triggered a deep change. This isn't about gifts or charm, but about impact. Say what others won't. See what she hides and name it, not to shame her, but to show her you truly see her. When you do this without seeking praise, you don't just enter her life, you change its trajectory. Freud said, emotional memory shapes desire. Machiavelli knew that those who control the story control the mind. Become the chapter she can't rewrite, the man who didn't chase, who set standards and walked away when necessary, who challenged her beliefs and then disappeared. She might forget your name, but never the transformation you sparked. Final words. Control starts here. These are not tricks or pickup lines, but psychological structures designed to activate deep,
hidden responses. Most men seek attention by entertaining or performing. What you develop here is presence, the kind that makes her pause and reflect, even against her will. You're not here to entertain, prove, or seek validation. You become the man who shifts her emotional center, not by pleasing, but by saying the thing that pierces her defenses and then letting it linger. You create silence, mystery, and space no one else can fill. This is not softness, but precision. Few men will ever understand it. If this resonates, if something inside you has awakened, this is your signal. It's time to stop playing for approval and start building presence. If you're ready for more, respond with the word control below. That single word signals you're here to take charge. And if you're prepared to go further, mastering attraction, power, and dominance in silence, stay tuned. What's next won't just show you how to win her, it will show you how to become the man who never needs to.